we gotta apologize to you guys. It's time. We have to do it now so that we could just move on. It's 2024, and I said in this year, I'm going to right all of the wrongs that I've done, which is a long list. But no, seriously, I feel like I need to apologize, and I hope you guys could stick around for the full thing. Before we get into the apology part of the video, we wanted to say big thanks to the old subscribers and the new subscribers. We actually have new subscribers. It's very hard to believe because it hasn't happened for us in such a long time.
Yeah.
But if you're new here, I'm Avery and this is Simus, and we are YouTubers. We are a couple from New York, originally from Jamaica, and he's originally from
Lithuania.
Yeah, and we make videos on YouTube. So thanks for subscribing to our channel. And I hope that you guys stick around for the long run and listen to this apology video as well. Anything?
No, I think we have a lot to talk about, so let's go.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it. So we have been on this YouTube journey for a very long time. And
I think like 5 years or
it's
something?
about 5 years.
Yeah, so some of you guys I know have been there from the beginning, like way back in the day when we had no idea what we were doing.
Yeah.
We had no camera.
No camera.
No
we were using a
microphone.
phone. Yeah.
I remember at one point we recorded a video in my parents' backyard and my dad took a rubber band and tied the phone to like a pole.
To a pole, yeah.
Because we had no tripod.
That's crazy.
We had no idea how to be YouTubers or anything. So like,
I was a nervous wreck too.
Yeah, you'd be wiping your armpits on camera and stuff because you're sweating so much.
Always sweating, not knowing how to speak, don't know what to say.
Yeah.
But long story short, we came a long way. And so we started off our YouTube journey as a channel that was displaying our cultural differences because we thought it was such a crazy story that like two people from complete different ends of the world came together and are having a relationship. So I would learn his language and things about his culture, and he would do the same.
Yeah.
So that was like the first year of our relationship, or YouTube story. We were doing that.
Yeah, we were learning like different foods, and then like our parents would make this, and like we'd record it, and our parents would not be interested to be on camera at all. Mine
no.
still aren't.
No.
Unlike the star in your family.
And then fast forward a few years later, my mom became the star of the channel. So the channel went from being like a multicultural channel to a Jamaican channel where it was like Jamaicans abroad that were displaying their lives, and people loved to see my mom cook. People were really like keen on how clean my mom was and like just interested in our lives as like people.
To be fair, your mom is an amazing cook. So that's like...
Don't talk about the food because I'm gonna start feeling sad. But yeah, so the channel moved from that to us traveling and sharing like our travels with people. We went to St. Martin. I remember that video did very well. People were so interested. We even gained some followers from St. Martin.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, and then we went to Jamaica. That video did amazing as well. That was our first video to hit like over 100,000 views other than me speaking your language.
Yeah, we had a few that like performed quite well. I don't know, our channel's been like up and down, so...
But somebody scammed us and we collected no money from that video at all. And then eventually we started doing a bunch of traveling, but before the traveling, we were doing pranks. So we tried our hand at a lot of things on YouTube that worked for a while and didn't work, and then the pranks were like the lowest of the low for us because I felt like it was out of our comfort zone. But I always tell you this, like, if you don't seek discomfort, you will not grow, because you'll be in the same like position for your entire life. You have to challenge yourself. You have to do something that you think you'd never do. And on YouTube, it's very, very true, you know, in order to come out of like your box or your comfort zone. What?
Yeah. No, I know. I was just thinking about those pranks, and they were like...
Yeah, some of them were terrible.
And the challenges of like... I don't know. Like some of those videos, I think we even got rid. Well, you got rid of them behind my back.
I embarrassingly deleted them. Yeah, so in that time frame, we even did dancing on YouTube. Like I was teaching Simas how to dance.
Listen,
It was tragic.
I have two left legs. You can't teach me to dance, but like it was honestly, it was really, really stressful at one point for me because it's totally out of my comfort zone.
Yeah. And
then
I'm a perfectionist, so I was
Yeah.
like, you better get this right.
and then we fight behind the camera, and then on camera we're like, this,
Yeah,
and behind
fake.
the camera we're like,
it was
"Ugh."
fake. It was fake. Yeah,
But-
so those. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, I was just gonna say like eventually it became fun. Sometimes
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
a lot of fun, but a lot of it was frustrating to be on the receiving end because of the negative like comments that we got for like a variety of reasons. Sometimes we don't even know why, but I think in general it was like a disconnect between us
And the audience.
like what we produce versus what the audience expects
Wanted to
wasn't
see.
like eye to eye.
So at the time when we were trying these pranks and doing these dances or whatever, people started being very mean in the comments, and not everybody, of course, a select few. And when we would like look back at it based on what they were saying, we realized that it was the older crowd that watched us. And we realized that they weren't really connecting with the content that we were making, and we weren't really connected with them. But me, and this is where the apology comes in, me being the type of person that I am, and the I'm gonna blame it on my birth sign, the birth sign that I was born under, and just being Jamaican, being a Taurus, and just being myself in general, I was a very outspoken kid when I was younger.
Nothing changed.
I would say some things and people would ask my mom like, did you teach this kid to say that? And it wouldn't be bad words or anything. It would be like deep thinking things that you think adults should be saying, you know? So me being the way I am, I would just say to people like, if you don't like it, just unsubscribe. Oh, Jesus. I should really, yeah.
Do you still feel like that sometimes?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
And-
you should, as you should.
Yeah, so I would say this. We then posted like YouTube stories telling people to unsubscribe and like just, I don't know, kind of like being as rude as how people were being to me. Because I was like, if you're dishing this to me, you should be able to take it. Because people think that, I don't know, like they think that YouTubers should have this like really dense, thick skin and nothing should shake us and nothing should like affect us or anything. But when you see like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you see 50 people saying like blah 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 and saying mean things to you, it does get to you. And I am saying sorry, like I shouldn't have responded in that way. I probably shouldn't have responded at all. And I just want, especially older people who felt like we were telling them to go away because they were older or whatever, I am very sorry. That isn't what our intention was, in a way. Our intention was, if you didn't like the things that we were trying to do, and we were busting our asses to come up with ideas, to make something different, to make something interesting for our crowd, you know, to improve our camera skills and this and that, and people just weren't receiving it. And we just felt really frustrated, and then we ended up retaliating in a very bad way. And for that, I am saying I am very sorry if we offended anyone by saying whatever we said during that time. And guess what, guys? I am not a person who apologizes. So I am acknowledging the way that I am, and I'm saying I'm sorry.
Because you're always right.
Generally, I'm more morally right, you
But
know?
not in this case.
Morally is not a word. Generally. But yeah, I'm sorry. I am sorry, and I feel like a part of growing is acknowledging that you have done something wrong, and here I am.
Yeah, I'll say sorry too because it's like we're a team.
Yeah.
And even though like technically a lot of the outrage was directed at you,
Yeah.
I received some of it too. But for me, like I think just as a guy, it's easier for me to handle. Like I couldn't care less if you say anything to me because like I don't really like. Yes, I will read it. I'll appreciate it, but it takes a lot to get through to me and like really like shake me to the core. But you are a much more sensitive person that like takes criticism in a different light. So it's much I guess, harder for you to like hear it, especially because like you are the person that does most of the work behind it.
And I'm very passionate about what I do.
So anyway, in our YouTube career, we were both trying to figure out what our roles would be in this creative journey. So like initially, I think I was doing more of the editing, and then you started doing it on your phone because we had no computer app or anything to do that. It was literally on the phone, like cutting and pasting and doing all this stuff. And then you became like a really passionate editor that would go and research and like get all these sounds and like clips and like special effects and everything. And it's like, yo, you put in so much work and effort, and it's like it's falling flat on your face because people would be like, oh, you look kind of fat. Like, and it's like, what do you watch the 15-minute video
and
of us?
That's all you have to say.
And you have like, oh, are you bleaching? Like, no, she's not bleaching.
Oh my God,
like,
this
stop.
is the most recent revelation
so,
of me bleaching my skin. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I feel like I have to address this. People, it was one comment, but it knocked me to my core.
I don't know if it was one comment.
No, recently.
Oh, recently.
Well, this year. I do not bleach. I don't intend to bleach, and I will never do it. If you're doing it, that's not okay because you will be sick in the end, but that's not something that I plan to do or want to do. This is how I am. I have to buy 2 different shades of makeup. One for when it's summer and one for when it's winter. And even in Simis's country, I didn't expect my skin to change like that when we left from the US and came here.
Because it's colder here.
Because
it's less sun.
Technically colder here and it's less sun. The sun shines for like probably 4 or 5 hours for the day. And then that's maybe it. Today is a sunny day.
Yeah, but today is an anomaly in the winters.
So, we say this to say that we want to go forward acknowledging where we are wrong. Of course, I'm not going to hold everybody to the standard as I hold myself because I cannot expect like 30 people or 100 people that will comment on our videos to be nice to me. It would be nice, but it's not the case. I just know that I cannot stoop to that level and be mean back to people, right? So I think that's it for me. And hopefully I can apologize for other things that I've done wrong in the future. So in the end, I think that what really happened with our channel is it didn't have much direction. It didn't have much direction because we were experimenting. We didn't really know what we were doing. It's like after college, you get your first job out of school. You don't know what you're doing, right? You're just trying to figure it out. And because of that, we tried so many different things. And people in the end kind of came to see my mom, which was problematic because this is not my mom's channel. And we don't live with my mom, so I'm not gonna go stress my mom out to make a video with us every single day because when I go to see my mom, I prefer to see my mom, you know, and have time with her.
Right, and it's like, it's also not the kind of content that we always want to create. Once in a while, sure, like we welcome her to be in the channel because obviously she's a really important person in our lives. And when we go back to the US, obviously she's probably gonna be in the video, right? But she's kind of like, she has main character syndrome, but she's kind of like not the main character of this channel,
right.
Although she has been many times. But it's not a competition for who's gonna own the channel. It's just a fact that she doesn't kind of exist in our lives every single day.
Yeah.
And we are showing the channel to show like our relationship, no matter how important she is. At the end of the day, we are the ones that are coming up with ideas and showing our lives.
Right. And I was gonna say too is that we felt kind of like boxed into a certain category to produce a certain kind of video. So when we were trying and experimenting and doing different things, it didn't really sit well with our audience. And for example, we were kind of like put into like a family channel kind of genre, but at the end of the day, we don't have kids. So technically we aren't a family outside of my parents and your parents.
Right. We are the kids. We don't have kids.
See, exactly. So then it's like we became irrelevant in that sense. Like everybody's having a baby and this and that, and we're not doing that. So it's like we're not meeting the expectations of what people want to see on YouTube. But yeah, I mean, YouTube is a very complicated space. I feel like you just have to figure out what you want to show from your life and how much of yourself you want to share with YouTube and how well you can take criticism from people. Because at the end of the day, it's a public space. You're putting your life out there and not everybody is going to be very nice. Which leads us to counteracting some of the negativity that we have received with positivity, which is why we took on the project of trying to help people find employment abroad, whether in Lithuania or wherever else we can try to connect someone to find a job. It's a big part of my feeling of always wanted to give something back to Jamaica or the Caribbean in general, and people that want the upward mobility to make a better life for themselves, you know, because a lot of people, they just don't have the opportunity. And honestly, we've been traveling so much to these third world countries or places that are not as privileged as, for example, America or Lithuania or Germany, and we see so many people there that are really, really hard working, and they just need a chance. They just really need a chance, you know, like.
And the people we've interviewed so far, like that applied to be like to show their interest to work with us, everybody's like, yeah, I'm ready. If I have to work 16 hours, come on, I'll do it. Like if I need to drive 2 trucks, like I'll drive one and pick up the other and bring it back or something. Like people are just ready to go. So we really want to like.
We really, really, really want to help.
We want to help, and me coming from obviously a very different culture than the Caribbean or a lot of people that also applied from Africa, I really respect that because I think we are hardworking in Europe, in Lithuania, but I don't think that we understand how hard people work just to like make ends meet in other parts of the world. So a lot of things changed in Lithuania since I was a child. Like it was a very difficult place to live when I was first like growing up here versus now, which is a pretty comfortable place, I think. But these people that are coming from like abroad and want to work here, I would welcome them with open arms because of how hard they want to work and contribute to society and also make a living.
Right. And it's not that we're just accepting anybody or everybody to work.
Way.
That is not the case. We have a process where we're using for selection. There is so many levels of like things that you have to pass that we're trying to put in place, because if we're able to connect you with somebody, we want to have the best reputation possible so that that person can look at us for another person to work for them again. So I don't know, I think the biggest disappointment for me this year would be if we aren't able to see this project through. And we are trying really hard to be able to make it come true, because now, even though we're not promising anybody a job, we didn't take any money from anyone.
We won't. Until we figure everything out.
Right. I feel like I would be so disappointed in myself if I couldn't, you know, like fulfill this plan that I have or that we have.
So this project is something that we're both actually really passionate about, and we both see the need, both from like here in Lithuania and also people that are coming from abroad. It's crazy how the connection is just there. We literally are just trying to make it and like kind of like pull these different pieces and put them together.
Yeah.
And it's not as easy as it seems, right? On the outside, I guess. But,
no, it's not easy at all.
But it is absolutely necessary, and we want to make good on it and like
just
do it. Help people that want to be helped.
Yeah, we want to make it work. We are not making any promises, of course.
No.
But if we could really make it happen, it would be amazing. I think that's about it for this video. It is one of probably the realest sit down and talk videos we've ever had. And I feel very good just letting go of that and apologizing to the people that I might have offended, and trying to do better as I move forward. Yeah. I'm
proud of you. So good job. I welcome it. And it's maturity. Guys, when we started this channel, we're like, you were early 20s, I was like mid 20s. We also have done quite a bit of growing up, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also we are finally sitting in a place for more than a month for once. And we now have time to sit down and talk about these kind of things. So this year is going to be a great one. We just got to make it happen.
Anyways, guys, see you later, and leave your comments down below, and
subscribe if you haven't done so.
Oh yes, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.